In the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, a family's world is turned upside down when an unexpected twist of fate sends ripples of fear through their lives. They are shaken to their core as the lives of two cousins hang in the balance after a shocking incident changes the lives of an entire community in just a matter of hours. What happens when love becomes fatal? This is the Fatal Attraction Podcast with A Violent Vendetta.
July 20th, 2010. It's a warm summer morning in Nashville, Tennessee, America's fast-growing music city.
Nashville, it's just transformed radically. There's like 100 people a day moving here.
We've become a very high touristy area, which has pushed aside some of our Black neighborhoods.
People are being priced out of their homes.
However, the Bordeaux neighborhood just north of downtown is a rare exception in this rapidly changing city.
It's an area that has a lot of history and a lot of pride in its history.
It is a neighborhood that has been historically Black.
The families that live there have lived there for a long time.
They want to stay there.
But this Tuesday morning, 30-year-old Bordeaux resident Asia Wade has seemingly disappeared.
Asia, open up!
Asia's sister had been trying to reach her since the night before, but all her calls had been going to voicemail.
So her sister went over to the house.
Asia, it's me!
You know that something isn't quite right because you know this person. You know this is not normal behavior for them.
Just as the sister's worry is turning to full-blown panic, the door finally opens.
It wasn't Asia that answered the door. It was her 9-year-old son.
Hey, honey, where's your mom? In her room.
The 9-year-old said his mother had been in the bedroom and had not come out.
You guys stay in here, okay? Asia?
Asia's sister tries the bedroom door,
Asia!
but it's locked.
Asia, open up! It's me!
And there's still no answer.
Asia!
She heard water running and the radio playing inside the room, but no sound of Asia.
At that point, her sister decided to kick in the door.
But she's not prepared for what she finds.
The blood in that room was everywhere.
And in the center of all that blood lay Asia Wade. "30-year-old Asia Wade had spent her whole life looking for love.
She'd had several serious boyfriends, and she'd come close to getting married.
However, when none of the relationships worked out in the long run, there was still plenty of love in Asia's life.
She had 6 beautiful kids by the time she was 29.
Being a single mom, 6 kids is tough. Getting kids up, getting baths, the bedtime routines.
You've got to find a place for all 6 of the children to be during the day while you continue to work.
Asia worked at a local candy factory in downtown Nashville. It wasn't her dream job, but it provided for her family.
Even if you have a great family support, the day-to-day ins and out of being the only adult in the house is draining mentally and emotionally.
That struggle is something I couldn't even imagine.
Despite her struggles, the hard-working single mom never stopped looking for someone to share her life with.
She wanted a loving husband. She wanted a father figure in her children's lives.
And she may have found just what she was looking for when a friend introduced her to D'Amico Duckworth in the spring of 2010.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
It's good to meet you.
D'Amico was from Arkansas, but he had extended family that lived in Nashville.
Why haven't I met you before?
I don't know, but I'm glad you meet me now.
Something sparked between them.
He was charismatic, a very charming person.
When you first meet someone and your eyes lock and your heart beats, who doesn't want that?
But would the spark stay lit when D'Amico found out Asia was a single mom to 6 kids?
I can imagine her thoughts. What man is gonna wanna come into that space and try to be a father figure to my kids?
You got family here?
I'm a mom.
That's great. How many kids you have?
6.
Really? It's awesome.
Really?
Oh, I love kids.
Making the big reveal of saying, I have 6 children, and that person still saying, it's no big deal. The moment someone says something like that to you, you can't help but to say, this is the person that I want to be with.
For Asia, D'Amico seemed like the answer to her prayers.
D'Amico was a handsome man that comes in to save her and to stand in as a father to her children.
He said, I love you so much that I want to have not just you, but your whole family.
He's the love of her life.
But now, Asia's sister has just found Asia sprawled on the floor in the middle of her blood-soaked bedroom.
You see blood on the walls, you see blood on the floor pooled by her.
Seeing your sister lying in her own blood is horrific. It's an image that will take a lifetime to get out of your mind.
There are certain things that you can never unsee.
Devastated by the discovery, Asia's sister rushes to dial 911.
911, where's your emergency? I think my sister is dead.
When officers arrive at the scene, they quickly confirm her sister's fear.
I'm gonna need a homicide.
No. I don't get... Where's Clarence and now Asia? What's going on?
Clarence Goins?
Yeah, he's our cousin. He died last night.
When Asia's sister called 911, the Nashville police were already investigating Clarence's murder.
There could be a link between these 2 cases.
Were they dealing with a double homicide?
Stay tuned as this tragic story continues to unfold. This is the Fatal Attraction Podcast.
After struggling to find lasting love, mother of 6 Asia Wade had finally met the man she hoped would be Mr. Right, D'Amico Duckworth.
Where most men would have found the responsibility daunting, D'Amico loved the fact that she had 6 kids.
The moment someone says that, you can't help but to say, this is the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life.
Instead, her life has been cut short.
Oh my God,
Asia's sister had just found her dead inside her home.
For her sister to find her that way is something that is heartbreaking.
Even more devastating, Asia is the 2nd member of the family who's been murdered in the past 24 hours.
Around 9:30 the night before, Asia's cousin, Clarence Goins, had been gunned down outside of his apartment.
Clarence's friend, Warren Nichols, had also been wounded in the shooting.
Both men had been rushed to Vanderbilt University Medical Center in critical condition.
Clarence had died in surgery.
Before he was pronounced dead, the family had been waiting at the hospital for news on his condition.
They thought it was odd that Asia wasn't at the hospital with them.
Where's Asia?
I don't know. Why don't you try to give her a call?
Which is what led Asia's sister to her house the following morning.
The timing of the murders strikes police as suspicious.
Even though her sister didn't find Asia's body until the next morning, they thought she had to have been killed on the same night as Clarence.
I would be concerned if I was a sister, brother, nephew, cousin. Am I next?
Although if someone did have a vendetta against the family, there appeared to be limits.
All 6 of Asia's children were in the home and they were unharmed.
It appears that the children didn't witness the murder.
While Asia's sister arranges for family members to pick up the kids, detectives arrive to begin their examination of the crime scene, starting with Asia's body.
Her body was mutilated. She had nearly 50 stab wounds.
Stabbing someone to death is a very up-close and personal attack.
This is likely a crime that was committed by someone who knew her personally.
However, as they look over her injuries, detectives realize that the horrific stab wounds weren't all that Asia had endured.
She had ligature marks on her neck, and there was a clothes iron on the floor nearby, leading detectives to suspect someone had used its cord in an attempt to strangle her.
Looking around the bedroom, detectives find what appears to be another critical clue.
The window screen was cut out.
Could that be how the killer gained entry?
Detectives aren't sure, but do believe it's how the killer fled the scene.
Blood was on the drapes as a person was trying to escape out through that window.
Detectives have no idea where the killer fled, but how is fairly obvious.
Asia's car was gone.
The killer had probably taken Asia's keys before fleeing the scene.
So detectives issue a bolo for Asia's vehicle.
Yeah, I need you to put out a bolo on Asia Waite's car. It is missing from the scene. Thank you.
Then turn the crime scene over to the forensic team.
Forensic techs found and photographed several bloody fingerprints around the bedroom.
They also take samples of the blood for DNA analysis.
During a knife attack like this, it's not uncommon for the assailant to accidentally cut themselves with the knife, leaving their DNA along with the victim's.
Before wrapping up at the scene, detectives speak to Asia's sister, hoping to learn more about her personal life.
Whenever there's a crime like this committed, they're going to look at the people that are closest to the victim.
Do you know who could have been here? Did your sister have a boyfriend?
According to her sister, Asia does have a boyfriend.
D'Amico Duckworth.
Does he live here?
No, but he's around a lot.
Could you give us his number?
Releasing Asia's sister to join the rest of her grieving family, detectives immediately reach out to D'Amico, who agrees to meet them at the station.
He was very cooperative and states that he has no idea anything's even happened to Asia.
Did you do anything to hurt her? Not that I know of, Officer, no. Was something wrong with her? Yes. She's been stabbed.
He seemed completely caught off guard.
Been stabbed? Multiple times. Man, you got to be bad. I'm just telling you the fact. She's dead.
Asked when he last saw Asia, D'Amico says that he was with her early on Monday evening, just hours before she died.
D'Amico states that he had picked her up from work and dropped her off at home.
How long were you at her house?
I don't think I was there too long.
How long is not too long?
You might have 15 minutes.
Where did you go then?
You rolled around, getting very soon.
Did you stop anywhere else where someone might have seen you that can corroborate what you're saying?
I can't say that again. I'm not certain.
D'Amico insists while he did see her that evening, he would never do anything to harm Asia.
He said he'd only known her about 4 months, but he was closer to her and her children than he'd ever been with anyone before.
However, when detectives ask if there's anyone else that might want to hurt Asia, he says he does know of one man.
He says that Asia's ex-boyfriend has been in contact with Asia, and some of those contacts have been volatile.
His name is Devin Fisher.
He was leaving threatening voicemails on us, stuff like, you can answer my phone before I kill you.
D'Amico said that he initially thought that they were just empty threats.
But now, he's not so sure.
He said there was another reason he thought Devin could be involved.
And I knew that he had just got out.
He recently was released from prison.
The mystery continues to unravel. Stay with us for more of the unveiling. This is the Fatal Attraction Podcast. Hey, true crime listeners, we'd like to introduce you to something new from TV One and the Urban One Podcast Network. Explore the mesmerizing tales of women turned supervillains arrested for crimes all in the name of love. What lengths would you go to for love? Let's listen to TV One's For My Man podcast.
20-year-old Deborah Brown breaks out of her shell when she meets a smooth-talking charmer on the streets of Waukegan, Illinois.
She was hoping to be loved and willing to make such a huge sacrifice for that.
But when her man's twisted perversion sent him running from police, Deborah willingly tags along and helps bring his monstrous fantasies to life.
The horror and the trail of terror that they left behind left a cloud over communities.
Alton and Deborah were as evil as any couple could be.
See what lengths some women would go for love.
After Asia Wade and her cousin Clarence Goins are killed within hours of each other, Nashville detectives suspect that the murders could be connected.
When investigators found Asia, they could tell that whoever did this had a score that they were trying to settle.
She'd been strangled and stabbed numerous times.
And according to Asia's boyfriend, D'Amico Duckworth, there is someone who may have a score to settle with Asia. Her ex-boyfriend, Devin Fisher.
D'Amico stated that Devin had threatened to kill Asia numerous times.
He was like, you need to call my phone or something before I kill you. I think you can be on your. I was like, damn. He talking to you like that?
D'Amico points police squarely in the direction of Devin.
He told detectives that Devin had just gotten out of prison and he was trying to rekindle his relationship with Asia.
He said he would call her repeatedly and exhibit a lot of stalking behavior towards Asia.
Based on D'Amico's statement, detectives look into his claims on Devin Fisher.
Devin quickly becomes a person of interest for law enforcement.
But when they pull the data from Asia's phone, there is no evidence that she had recently been in contact with her ex.
Law enforcement subpoenaed Asia's phone records, and they were able to go through and see who she communicated with.
Devin was not on there.
The records gave them no reason to believe that he could have participated in this.
Were they simply missing something? Before they can dig further into Devin, detectives get the call they've been waiting for.
Homicide.
They get a call from the hospital saying that Warren Nichols has come out of surgery and is able to speak to them.
Warren was with Asia's cousin, Clarence, when he was killed. And their hope was that he would be able to identify the person that shot them.
Law enforcement believes that these two murders are connected.
When detectives speak with Warren at the hospital, he tells them all he knows about the incident that put him there.
Warren told them that he and Clarence were outside Clarence's apartment when a man in a dark-colored hoodie approached them.
Do you remember anything about the hoodie, anything on it?
He was a black hoodie. Look cheap, nothing special.
Although Warren does say that he immediately knew there was something off about him.
The first thing that went through my mind, I turned around. He had the hoodie on. This was so insane. Outside.
He was thinking, why in the world does this guy have a hoodie on? It's the middle of the summer.
See his face?
He did not get a good look at the suspect.
All Warren knows is that the man approached them and spoke to Clarence, whose street name was Murda.
He said Murda got the song.
He was asking them for cocaine. When neither of the men responded, that's when the suspect opened fire.
You got any salt?
How many shots do you remember? I want to say he got murdered on the first shot.
Not only did Warren almost lose his life, he had to watch his close friend lose his life right in front of him.
Detectives were hoping for an ID on the shooter. But what Warren was able to tell them raises a whole new possibility.
Investigators have to consider that this could be part of a drug deal that went wrong, and that it had nothing to do with Asia's murder.
When detectives return to the station, however, they receive another call, one that may break the case wide open.
Police are contacted by a man named Brandon Lowe.
He informed them that he lives up the street from Clarence Goins.
He says he also knows Asia's boyfriend, D'Amico Duckworth.
He and Brandon run together.
You seem pretty cool, you know?
But now he says he has information on D'Amico that he can't keep to himself.
I ain't been asleep all last night cause Nico to see my conscience bad.
He says that shortly before Clarence was killed, D'Amico had showed up at his house.
He came in the house, he's scared. You know what I'm saying?
D'Amico gave him some information that was very alarming.
He said, I just killed you, and I'm gonna go down and kill murder.
More questions are being answered and more truth is being revealed. Stay tuned for more of the Fatal Attraction Podcast.
A friend of D'Amico Duckworth named Brandon Lowe claims that D'Amico confessed to killing his girlfriend, Asia Wade.
According to Brandon, that wasn't the only murder D'Amico committed that night.
He said, I just killed you, and I'm gonna go down and kill murder.
Asia's cousin Clarence also went by the nickname Murda.
He said that, look, kept on saying, no, don't do that, you jeopardize our family.
Brandon tried to talk D'Amico out of going through with his plan.
But D'Amico didn't listen.
Shortly after D'Amico left, Brandon heard gunshots down the road.
He then knew that the worst had happened.
Clarence and Warren had been shot.
I'm like, man, why you killing this murder and they got right down into my house?
The details of Brandon's story lined up with what Clarence's friend Warren told detectives about the shooting.
What was he wearing?
A black hoodie.
And Brandon's sister Alexis can back up his claims.
Brandon's sister Alexis, who was also present on that day, says she saw D'Amico arrive in Asia's car.
Was he driving the car?
Yeah, a red Monte Carlo with the black tinted windows. And so after he got out, threw the hood over his head, and he went in my mama's house. I'm like, man, something ain't right.
Worried by D'Amico's behavior, Alexis says she followed him inside.
She overheard the same conversation that her brother did. She heard D'Amico say that I just murdered my girlfriend, and now I'm on my way to kill Clarence.
Did you see Nico leave?
Yeah, after that, Nico walked on down the sidewalk.
She sees D'Amico walk in the direction of Clarence's home.
But that's not all Alexis claims she saw.
Yeah, I saw a gun in his hand.
She said that as D'Amico walked toward Clarence's house, he pulled out a gun.
And moments later, she also heard the shots ring out.
When I started hearing gunshots.
If what Brandon and Alexis told detectives is true, D'Amico has confessed to killing both Asia and Clarence.
Law enforcement's next question is, what is the motive?
According to the Lows, D'Amico's motives are tied to a murder that occurred a month earlier.
Their brother, Michael Johnson, had been murdered. He was a close friend to D'Amico.
Michael Johnson was gunned down in the exact same spot where Clarence and Warren were shot.
Alexis and Brandon tell detectives that their brother's death hit D'Amico hard.
He started self-medicating, even doing cocaine.
And every time he took powder, he get to acting stupid.
He may have been in a state of paranoia.
He wanted answers. He wanted someone to blame.
And according to Brandon and Alexis, D'Amico had settled on Asia.
D'Amico had heard rumors that some members of Asia's family might have been behind the murder of his friend Michael.
Nobody was ever sure why he thought that because there wasn't any proof, but he was stuck on it.
And he wanted revenge.
He decided to take matters in his own hands.
D'Amico had become extremely abusive towards Asia.
He used to beat them.
They believe that this is D'Amico's way of getting back for Michael's murder.
Now, Michael's siblings believe D'Amico had taken his vengeance to the next level.
If D'Amico thought Asia and her family were responsible for Michael's death, that would explain why he told Alexis and Brandon about the murders.
He's letting them know that he's taking revenge out on these people on behalf of the family because he probably thought that they were going to be grateful to him.
Instead, they were horrified by what he'd done.
They ended up doing the right thing and being the voice for the people that lost their lives.
Digging into D'Amico's past, the detectives discover that he is no stranger to violent crime.
He has charges which include drug offenses, aggravated robbery, rape, and a violation of parole.
This was a person who had no problem using violence.
But detectives will need more than the Lowe's statements and a lengthy criminal history to make an arrest.
So police start to interview additional family members and friends.
The biggest indication that there had been trouble in Asia and D'Amico's relationship comes when the detectives sit down with Asia's 9-year-old son.
This is the same little boy that answered the door when Asia's sister came and found her body.
He tells detectives that his mother and D'Amico fought often.
You want me to tell you what happened when it first started?
I want you to tell me everything.
He said just 2 weeks before her murder, he stuck a gun in her mouth.
They put a gun to her mouth. Then that's when it all started.
Your mama told you that or you saw that?
My mama told me that.
These kids have heard violence between their mother and this man before.
So when Asia's kids heard arguing on the night of her murder, it was nothing new.
And just slowly tell me what happened. Were they yelling at each other?
He said when it's happening, they just wait for it to end.
But this time, it ended in tragedy.
Those poor kids had no idea just how much danger their mom was in that night.
Then what happened?
Then they shut the door and locked it.
Between Brandon, Alexis, and Asia's son, detectives now have enough for an arrest warrant.
Police are convinced that they found their guy.
However, there is still one thing missing. D'Amico.
They're not able to locate him.
D'Amico is on the run.
Stay tuned for more of the Fatal Attraction podcast.
Detectives investigating the murders of Asia Wade and her cousin Clarence Goins are ready to arrest 30-year-old D'Amico Duckworth. There's just one problem.
Now that you're ready to put the cuffs on him, you can't find him.
D'Amico had either fled or was in hiding.
He's probably realizing I've told too many people, they're gonna figure it out, and so I need to get out of here.
D'Amico's disappearance triggers an exhaustive search for the fugitive.
Law enforcement agencies make every effort, including the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation offering a reward for information that would lead to his capture, and D'Amico being placed on the top 10 most wanted.
Detectives also follow up with D'Amico's friends, Alexis and Brandon Lowe.
You have any idea where D'Amico might have gone?
He used to stay in Atlanta, and he had this female down there, but as far as that, that's it. Unless he went back to Arkansas.
He could be going to Forest City, Arkansas, to mom and them stay in Forest City.
For family members, the fear is that D'Amico might still be in Nashville.
They feel very unsafe knowing that D'Amico has not been found.
Maybe he wants to take the whole family out.
But they refuse to be intimidated.
Asia's family decides to move forward with a candlelight vigil to celebrate Asia and Clarence's lives.
Yes, there may be a target on our family's back, but we're not gonna give him the satisfaction to say they won't be celebrated. We're still gonna honor them. We're still going to show up and celebrate the lives that they lived the way that they deserve to be honored.
The vigil also allows the family to make a statement to the press and to D'Amico.
They asked publicly for D'Amico to turn himself in.
Whether from their pleas or from guilt, 1 week after the murders, D'Amico reaches out to the police in Atlanta, Georgia.
He said he wanted to turn himself in.
An arrangement is made for him to meet law enforcement agents at a local supermarket.
And on July 26, 2010, 7 days after the murder of Asia Wade, police finally take D'Amico into custody.
He does surrender without incident.
With D'Amico in custody, the Nashville detectives drive down to Atlanta to conduct another interview.
What we're here to discuss with you is a shooting that happened last Monday.
Detectives started out by asking him about Clarence's murder.
Clarence Goins was shot in the head. And then an associate that was next to him was shot in the leg. All right? And we've spoken to everybody over there, including witnesses, and they've implicated you in that shooting.
D'Amico admits that he knew Clarence and that he'd been at Clarence's house on the night he died.
I did go over that night. I asked him, did he have some cocaine? Did he have some salt?
D'Amico shared with law enforcement that his only intention was to buy drugs from Clarence.
But detectives suspect D'Amico had another motive.
According to Brandon Lowe, D'Amico believed that Clarence had killed D'Amico's friend, Michael.
Had he gone looking for payback?
You think he was involved in Michael's murder? Honestly, Detective, I don't know who was involved in Michael's murder.
But he did have suspicions.
D'Amico shares with investigators that he believes Asia's family had something to do with Michael Johnson's death.
And those assumptions in the air that they had something to do with it. I was involved with one of their family members, so I could see if some people couldn't see. It was like, it was understood they didn't like me, it was understood I didn't like them.
But he says that changed after Michael Johnson was killed.
All of a sudden, they want me to go out with them, want to get high with them, have drinks.
He states that after Michael died, Asia's family completely changed the way that they approached him, that they were very welcoming and warm towards him. He almost felt as if they were trying to lure him into some sort of trap and felt like they were going to do something to him as well.
So D'Amico says that when he approached Clarence outside his house that night, he was on high alert.
I know through the streets they say he's real sneaky.
He said that as soon as he got close to Clarence, he knew that something was up.
But other guy was standing back and giving him room to do whatever he needed to do it.
Yo, my man, you got any salt?
And according to D'Amico, that's when Clarence made his move.
So he was pulling something from his pocket. He didn't actually see what it was. And was reaching in his pocket.
D'Amico feels that Clarence was reaching for a gun.
You know, I don't think I got a chance to see what he was going to put on me.
He then admits to shooting Clarence and Warren Nichols.
He said he had no choice.
I thought he was trying to kill me.
Stay tuned as this tragic story continues to unfold. This is the Fatal Attraction Podcast.
After surrendering to police in Georgia, D'Amico Duckworth has just confessed to the shooting that killed Clarence Goins and wounded his friend, Warren Nichols. However, he claims it was self-defense.
They were trying to do something to me.
D'Amico told them that he only shot the men after Clarence tried to pull a gun on him.
He's claiming self-defense.
All I know is I just shot. You can't say for certain that I actually shot him.
He's trying to mitigate his responsibility, but what he doesn't know is the evidence is already there.
D'Amico's friends Brandon and Alexis both told detectives that just minutes before the shooting, D'Amico came by their house and said he planned on killing Clarence.
And I'm about to go kill murder.
That isn't all he supposedly told Brandon that night, either.
Brandon reports that D'Amico came to his house saying that he had just killed Asia.
The first time he talked to police, D'Amico said the last time he saw Asia was when he dropped her off at the house that afternoon.
But now, when detectives push back on D'Amico's story, he changes it.
He does admit to investigators that they had had an argument on the day that he dropped her off.
What was the argument on? She thought I was messing with someone.
He stated that this is common. They argued often.
But still, he denies any involvement in her murder.
I can't see myself doing what you say. I just really can't, man. It doesn't get me.
Well, that's what you see.
At this point, despite whatever he's gonna say in this interview, they've got their guy.
As D'Amico awaits extradition back to Tennessee, the crime lab finishes processing the evidence from Asia's bedroom, and the case against him becomes even stronger.
The fingerprints found in Asia's bedroom match D'Amico.
There's 2 DNA types found in the blood samples, one belonging to the victim and one belonging to D'Amico.
This is enough to prove without a doubt that D'Amico is Asia's killer.
They can charge him with first-degree murder for Asia Wade. They can charge him for first-degree murder with Clarence Goins, and also attempted murder of Warren Nichols. They've got him.
When D'Amico goes on trial in February of 2012, Asia's family fills the courtroom.
Trial can be very difficult for the families of those that have been murdered because you have to put your grief on hold because you want to seek justice. You want to make sure that their voice is heard.
According to the prosecution, the murder of D'Amico's friend, Michael Johnson, had launched a chain of events that led to Asia and Clarence's deaths.
The prosecution argues that D'Amico's motivation was misplaced rage and retribution for the murder of his lifelong friend.
Trauma in itself can cause a lot of rage, and when you incorporate drugs, that is extremely dangerous.
If I'm using drugs to kill, causing me to potentially have paranoia, which allowed him to justify his actions.
He wanted someone to pay for what was done to his friend.
And in his drug-filled paranoia and rage, D'Amico decided that it was Asia and her cousin Clarence who had to die.
Innocent people that had nothing to do with the pain that he was feeling, he wanted them to hurt.
His vengeance came on the night of July 19th, 2010.
According to the prosecution's theory, D'Amico had taken Asia home after work and confronted her with what he had convinced himself was the truth.
Acting crazy all night.
You know what you did.
I didn't do anything. What's wrong with you?
And D'Amico's mind was vengeance. It was rage.
You know it.
D'Amico decided that she had to die, so he grabbed an iron in the room. He got the cord and tried to strangle her during the argument.
Stop!
And when that failed, D'Amico grabbed a knife.
He stabbed her nearly 50 times.
He's a monster. There's no other word to describe it.
Then D'Amico made his escape.
He locked the door, turned the radio on, left the water running so that the kids wouldn't suspect anything that night.
He cut out the screen of the window and escaped and stole her car.
But his murderous rampage was only beginning.
From Asia's, he'd driven to the neighborhood where her cousin Clarence lived.
However, before going to Clarence's house, he stopped by Brandon's to brag about what he'd done.
In his mind, he was doing everyone a favor, getting revenge for Michael's death.
No, I killed her, and I'm about to go kill Murder.
Brandon Lowe testified that he tried to talk D'Amico out of killing Clarence.
Whatever, man.
Hey, hold up, T.
But there was no reasoning with D'Amico.
Yo, my man, you got any salt?
It was completely premeditated.
As far as D'Amico was concerned, Asia and Clarence had it coming.
And according to the prosecution, there was no doubt D'Amico was responsible.
D'Amico admitted to shooting Clarence and his friend Warren.
He'd also left his bloody fingerprints and DNA in Asia's bedroom.
The prosecution was able to gather an overwhelming amount of evidence.
Would it all add up to a guilty verdict?
You never know what a jury's gonna do. But in this case, they convicted him on all the charges.
The testimony from the Lowe siblings, the forensic evidence found in Asia's bedroom, all of this was sufficient to find D'Amico guilty of all charges.
The judge sentences D'Amico to 108 years in prison.
108 years is something I think the family can hold on to. I think they can wrap their arms around that, but nothing, not 108 years, not a life sentence, can take back the loss of this family.
Justice will never fully be served because children are without a mother.
The tragic loss of their mother is something they will struggle with all their lives.
You're never gonna be the same. That becomes the subject of your nightmares. That's gonna replay over and over and over.
As her children get older, they're going to question why their mother is not a part of their lives to see their beautiful moments, such as graduations and weddings. And the answer to that question is D'Amico. He took her life.
No justification can ever excuse the horror and sadness that come about after losing a loved one. The dedicated officers of the Nashville police force work tirelessly, piecing together the intricate puzzle of this tragic crime, striving to bring clarity to a situation steeped in sorrow. Asia Wade and her cousin Clarence Goings were taken far too soon, their vibrant lives suddenly extinguished. They will always be remembered fondly by those who hold them dear. Coming up on the next episode of the Fatal Attraction Podcast.
She came to the Lone Star State for a fresh start.
She's been talking about moving to Texas her entire life.
She's looking for a new career and a place where she can really put down roots.
What she found was a chance at love.
They immediately hit it off. He sweeps her off her feet. She was really starting to get excited.
But then she simply vanished.
This unsettling mystery begins to unfold with a call to the Fort Worth, Texas Police Department, where the dispatcher receives a chilling report. A young woman has vanished without a trace, leaving behind her cell phone and other personal items that one would never think to abandon. What happened that Monday night in Fort Worth, Texas? Tune in to the next episode of the Fatal Attraction Podcast. We will see you in the next episode.